Hello, kumusta? This video presentation is all about polynomial functions, and we'll discuss some properties of polynomial functions, the x and y intercepts and how to get those, and of course the properties of its graph. First, let us define what is a polynomial function. Okay, so polynomial function is of the form p of x equals a sub n, x raised to n plus a sub n minus 1 times x raised to n minus 1 and so on and so forth until a sub 1x plus a sub 0, wherein n is the degree or the highest exponent, a sub n is the leading coefficient or the number beside the variable na merong mataas na exponent, and a sub 0 is the constant term. Okay, and we also have the term standard form. Pag sinabing standard form, ito yung ayos ng polynomial function wherein the polynomial is written in decreasing power of x. So, yung ating mga exponent ay pababa ang value. Let us have an example. Yan, we have 2x cubed plus 6x squared plus 10x. This polynomial is in standard form dahil yan, ang degree natin ay 3. So, kung nag-start tayo kay 3, dapat mas mababa kay 3 yung mga susunod na exponent. So, we have 3, and then 2, and then 1. Next, how about this one? Is this in standard form? Hindi. Kasi, nauna si 3 instead of 7. So, kung iaayos natin, dapat ito yung mauna. So, we'll have 7x raised to 7 minus x cubed minus x. So, yun yung standard form. Again, degree is the highest exponent. Leading coefficient, ito, yung number na katabi ng variable na may pinakamataas na exponent. And then, constant term, in this case, wala, So, 0 ito. Yung term na walang kasamang variable. We'll have examples later. Okay, which is which? Determine whether the following is a polynomial or not. If polynomial, let us identify the leading coefficient and the degree. For number 1, is this a polynomial? No. Kasi, ayan, meron tayong exponent na negative. Ano sabi natin kapag polynomial, kinakailangan ay integers, positive integers. 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. Now, dahil hindi siya polynomial, ito ay not polynomial. Number 2, is this a polynomial? Yes. Polynomial yan, no? Ang ating leading coefficient is 1/2. Ang ating constant term, ano ba yung, okay, sorry, hindi pala tatanong constant term. So, degree, ang ating degree ay 1. Kasi ito yan, 1. Hindi na natin inilalagay yun. So, this one is a polynomial. Number 3. Yes, this is a polynomial. Ang leading coefficient natin ay square root of 3. Ang ating degree ay 4. Again, degree is the highest exponent. Next. Okay, not polynomial. Kasi, ayan, ang ating exponent, nagkaroon tayo ng radical, at meron tayong decimal exponent. So, dapat ay whole number, positive whole number, including 0. And the last, okay, this is a polynomial. Ano ang ating leading coefficient? 2/5. What is the degree? 99. Yan, meron tayong constant term. Ito yung constant term niya, negative 4. Ito naman, sa number 3, ang kanyang constant term ay positive 3. Okay? Now, we have the x and y intercept. X-intercept, so ito yun. These are the value or values of x when y is 0. Or, the point where the graph of the polynomial intersects the x-axis. Okay? ito yung point kung saan nag-intersect yung graph natin sa x-axis, lalampas or didikit sa x-axis. On the other hand, y-intercept, ito naman yung value ni y kapag ang x ay 0, or the point where the graph of the polynomial intersects the y-axis. So, makikita niyo yan later sa ating graph, kung ano ba yung sinasabi ng description na iyon. So, how to get the x-intercept? Note that we can have one or more x-intercepts, ha? So, okay, malilito doon. Okay, first step is to factor the polynomial completely using, you may use long division, synthetic division, or any factoring method na inyong tatandaan at kung saan kayo mas comfortable. And then, next step, change y to 0, then solve for x using the zero product property, the ZPP. Next, how to get the y-intercept. Ito lang ang kanyang step. Change x to 0, then simplify the expression. Lahat ng x, papalitan nyo ng 0, and then simplify. Okay? Let us try this one. Let us find the x and y intercept of y equals x cubed minus 4x squared plus x plus 6. So, first step is to factor the polynomial. Gagamit ako ng synthetic division. 1, negative 4, 1, 6. I'll try 1. Negative 1, sorry. 1, negative 1, negative 5. This is 5, 6, negative 6, 0. So, first factor ay x plus 1. Next factor. Try natin si 2. 1, 2, negative 3, and negative 6. So the second factor is x minus 2. And lastly, we have 3. 1, 3, 0. So the other factor is x minus 3. Now, next step, change y to 0. Ito magiging 0 equals x plus 1, x minus 2, and x minus 3. So, by ZPP or zero product property, we can say that x plus 1 equals 0 or x minus 2 equals 0. Sorry for the close parenthesis. Or x minus 3 equals 0. So, from here, x plus 1 equals 0, we'll have x equals negative 1, then x equals 2, and then x equals 3. So, our x-intercepts are negative 1, positive 2, and positive 3. Next, the y-intercept. So, sabi naman sa y-intercept, lahat ng x gagawin natin 0. So, pwedeng ito na yung gamitin natin, 0 cubed minus 4, 0 squared, plus 0, plus 6. This is 0. 0 squared is 0 times 4, 0, plus 0, plus 6, equals 6. Okay? Or, pwedeng dito tayo magmula. Y equals 0 plus 1, 0 minus 2, 0 minus 3. 0 plus 1 is 1, 0 minus 2 is negative 2, 0 minus 3 is negative 3. 1 times negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6. Our y-intercept is positive 6. So, ito yung x-intercept, ito si y-intercept. Okay? Another example, let us find the x and y intercept of y equals x to the fourth plus 4x cubed plus 2x squared minus 4x minus 3. Again, first step is to factor completely the polynomial. So, I'll use synthetic division again. I have 1, 4, 2, negative 4, and negative 3. Let's use 1. 1, 1, 5, 5, 7, 7, 3, 3, 0. So the first factor is x minus 1. Kapag sanay na kayong mag-synthetic division, ay dire-diretso na yung kamay nyo. Ano? Negative 1. 1, negative 1, 4, negative 4, 3, negative 3, 0. So the second factor, x plus 1. Next, I'll try negative 3. 1, negative 3, 1, negative 3, 0. The other factor, x plus 3. And the last one, negative 1. 1, negative 1, 0. X plus 1. Now, next step is change y to 0. X minus 1, x plus 1, x plus 3, and x plus 1. Actually, you can write x plus 1 squared na lang ngayon. No? Pero para mas ma-visualize nyo ng mas maayos, sige, elaborate natin yan. And by ZPP, we have x minus 1 equals 0, or x plus 1 equals 0, or x plus 3 equals 0, or x plus 1 equals 0. Pwede hindi na isulat itong sumunod na yung huli kasi meron ka na ng mga x plus 1 dyan. We have x equals 1. Dito sa pangalawa ay x equals negative 1. Sa mga pangatlo ay negative 3. And then negative 1. So our x-intercepts are 1, negative 1, and negative 3. Now, note that yung mga number na ginamit nyo sa synthetic kanina na nagpa-0 ay yun din mismo. Yan. Yun din mismo yung ating x-intercept. Kasi si x-intercept ay tinatawag ding 0. Okay? So, pwede hindi na kayo mag-proceed dito. Okay lang din. Basta ibigay nyo lang sa akin yung factors. Ano? Okay? Now, let's get the y-intercept. Paano kumuha ng y-intercept? Lahat daw ng x, gagawin nating 0. So, dito na lang ako sa given gagamitin ko. 0 to the 4th, 4 times 0 cubed, plus 2, 0 squared, minus 4 times 0, minus 3. Again, this is 0, 0, 0, 0, negative 3. So, our y-intercept is negative 3. Okay? Ayan, yung dulo, actually. Pag may constant term, yan. Siya si y-intercept. Malinaw? Now, let's try to graph. So, ito yung graph niya. Sorry, medyo pumatong na talaga yung ating Ayan yung graph niya, Yan. Ito yung graph ni y. Kung mapapansin niyo, di ba, sabi ko kanina sa ating definition, ang x-intercept ay ito yung mga point kung saan dadaan or mag-i-intersect sa x-axis yung ating graph. Note that ang ating mga x-intercept ay 1. So, sa x-axis, nasan ba si 1? Ito yun. Nasaan ba si negative 3? Ayan, si negative 3. At nasaan ba si negative 1? Yan. So, yun yung sinasabi ng second definition. Definition ng x-intercept. Now, the y-intercept, ito naman yung point kung saan dadaan or mag-i-intersect sa y-axis yung ating graph. And where is y equals negative 3? Ito. Negative 3. Okay? Paano nyo ma-make sure na tama yung x and y-intercept nyo? You can download the GeoGebra app. available siya sa Play Store natin. Ano, yun yung laging ginagamit namin. Pati sa GenMat, sa Precal, sa ilalim mga mag-STEM. Ano, download nyo na at kalikutin nyo na, pag-aralan nyo na, masaya gamitin si GeoGebra. Okay? Now, let's go to the graph of a polynomial function. Yan. Example natin to. Observe the graph. This is the graph of y equals 3x plus 1. This is the graph of y equals x squared plus 4x plus 5. Now, this is the graph of y equals x cubed minus x squared minus 18x plus 4. Let us observe one by one. Dito tayo sa una. Ano ang degree neto? What is the degree? Tingnan nito ha, anong degree? Degree 1. Okay, how about the second one? Anong degree? Degree 2. And this one? Degree 3. And I want you to observe the turning point. Balik tayo kay 1. Lumiko ba? Or nag-turn ba yung graph natin? So, hindi. Isang direction lang siya, no? Ito lang. Yan lang. How about the second one? We have 1, 2. Dalawa. Nag-turn siya. So, naman 1, 2, 3. So, we have 3. Ano ang mapapansin niyo? Yes, I know you have something on your mind. And try natin dito sa pang-apat. What is the degree of the given polynomial? Yes, degree 5. And tingnan natin yung turning points niya. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what can you say about the degree and the turning point? Okay. The number of turnings of the graph is equal to the smallest possible degree. Not necessarily pareha sila, no? But the smallest possible degree. Kung merong dalawang turning points, ibig sabihin, pwede siyang degree 2 or pataas. Kung merong tatlong turning points, pwede siyang degree 3 or pataas. The number of times the graph intersects the x-axis, yes, it also dictates the smallest possible degree. Kung ilang beses daw siyang tumama sa x-axis, ganun daw kadami, or that is the smallest possible degree. Try natin dito sa first graph. Sige, sa first graph. Where is my eraser? Okay. Tingnan natin ang first graph. Ang degree niya ay 1 at isang beses lang siyang tumama sa x-axis. Let's go to the third one. Ang degree niya ay 3 at tatlong beses siyang tumama sa x-axis. And the fourth one, degree 5, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, how about the second one, degree 2? According to this property, smallest possible degree of the polynomial. So, kung ito, di ba hindi naman siya tumama sa x-axis. So, 0 ang intersection. Pwede naman. Ibig sabihin, 0 pataas yung degree niya. Ang degree niya ay 2. So, pasok pa din sa ating property. Not necessarily equal, but smallest possible degree. And the domain is the set of all real numbers. Kasi lahat ng values ni x ay madadaanan ng ating graph. And the end behavior, ang end behavior ay kung saan nakatutok yung ating arrow. Ayan. Ito yung end behavior, yung mga arrow-arrow natin dyan. Ayan. Mga dulo, kaya nga siya end. Saan papunta, saan patungo. So our end behavior, as x approaches positive infinity and as x approaches to negative infinity will tell us the range. Doon nakadepende ang range natin. Burahin ko lang muna ulit. Ayan. Okay, let us have this one. How many turning points do we have? Yes, we have 3. 1, 2, 3. So the possible degree is 3 pataas. Ano? Yan. Ganyan. And as you can see, 3 beses din siyang tumama sa ating x-axis. Also this one, ganun nyo kung face-to-face tayo, ganyan talaga magsunod yung mga pangit. Ayan. Bilangin natin kung ilang turning points. Sige nga, ilang turning points? Yes, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 turning points. And how many times did it intersect the x-axis? 2. So, pwedeng 2 pataas. Ay, baliktad pala yung sulat ko. Sorry. Yan, the degree ay maaaring 2 pataas. Okay? So, ganun siya titingnan. So, makikita niyo dyan sa inyo mga excerpt kung ano, or may mga practice exercises kayo dyan. Ano, i-check niyo kung ano ang degree or number of turning points. May mga example dyan sa inyong module. Now, we have this leading coefficient test. Now, ano ba or saan ba ginagamit si leading coefficient test? Yes, it predicts the end behavior of the graph. Now, ito lang yung tatandaan ninyo. Kailangan nyo lang malaman kung ano ang leading coefficient at kung ano ang degree. Ma'am, paano po yun gagamitin? Ganito. Titingnan mo si leading coefficient. Pag nakita mo na si leading coefficient, identify mo kung positive ba siya or negative. Ano, kapag 1, positive. Kapag negative 2, edi negative. Ano, ganun lang. Next, the degree. Identify mo rin sa degree. Kung siya ba ay odd or even. Odd numbers, 1, 3, 5, blah, blah, blah. Even numbers, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now, kapag positive odd, ang end behavior natin ay falling, rising. Okay? Falling, rising. Kapag negative odd, we have rising, falling. Yan yung left and right ha, yung arrow, left and right arrow. Kapag positive even, rising, rising. Kapag negative even, falling, falling. Ma'am, paano ko ba siya mas mabilis matatandaan? Mas madali, tingnan nyo muna. Mas madali kasi kabisaduhin yung even yung degree. Kapag even, ang titingnan nyo lang, kapag positive, lagi yung rising, rising. Kapag negative, parehas yung falling, falling. Kasi pag even, parehas ang direction ng end behavior. Kapag odd ang degree, dun lang kayo magkakaiba. No? Dun lang kailangan nyo ng konting matinding memorization ba? Hindi naman matindi. Ano? Kapag positive odd, mauuna si falling. Na fall, bumangon. Positive yon. Kapag negative odd, rising na, bumaba pa. Ano, so bahala na kayo kung paano nyo siya matatandaan. Ano, basta ganyan, even parehas lagi ang end behavior niya. Kapag odd, magkaiba. Ma'am, saan po nakikita yon? Sketch natin tong positive odd. Falling, tapos rising. Yan. Ganun yung usually itsura niya. Falling yung isa, rising yung isa. How about rising, falling? Yan. Ganyan naman. Or, ganyan. Kapag rising, rising, parehas na sa taas. Pag falling, falling, parehas na sa baba. Note that the graph of a polynomial function is continuous, smooth, walang edge. Hindi pwede yung ganito ang, ayan, hindi pwedeng ganyan ang graph. Kailangan swabe lang, swabe lang. Okay? Marami tayong example later. Now, let us apply the leading coefficient test. What is the graph of the given polynomial? Of course, we'll use the leading coefficient test. First, let us identify what is the leading coefficient. Ano ang leading coefficient ni f of x? 1. And 1 is positive. How about the degree? What is the degree of f of x? 4. Ito yun, 4. And what is 4? Sorry. Even. So, positive, even. That is rising, rising. So, alin dyan yung graph na yung arrow ay parehas na sa taas? Okay, this one. So, our answer is letter C. Next. How about g of x? Determine the leading coefficient. What is the leading coefficient? Yes, negative 1. And this is negative. What about the degree? Degree is 6. And this is even. So we have negative even. That means falling, falling. Alin dyan? Okay, letter A. Next, determine the end behavior ni h of x. Leading coefficient natin is 3, and this is positive. Our degree is also 3, and this is odd. So, alin dyan? Positive odd. So, that is falling, rising. Letter D. Okay, very good. Next, what is the leading coefficient? Negative 1. This is negative. What is the degree? 7. This is odd. So, negative odd, rising, falling. That is letter D. Okay. So, try or screenshot nito and then try to answer. If you have doubts, pwede nyo ipacheck sa akin. Okay, screenshot. Okay, let's move on. Now, we have this multiplicity. Si multiplicity na-discuss na natin ng first quarter. Ulitin lang natin, This multiplicity tells how many times a particular number is a zero or root for the given polynomial. We already had an exercise about this. So, medyo familiar na kayo. Ulitin lang natin. And how does it affect the graph of the polynomial? Okay, let's have the example. Ayan. We have y equals the quantity x plus 2 squared times the quantity x plus 1 cubed times the quantity x minus 1 to the fourth times the quantity x minus 2. What are the roots? Okay, we have negative 2, negative 1, positive 1, and positive 2. Now, si negative 2 ay nanggaling dito, right? Si negative 2 ay root of multiplicity 2. Why? Yan, kasi twice. Twice siyang lumabas dun sa ating polynomial function. Now, how about negative 1? Negative 1 came from here. So, negative 1 is called root of multiplicity 3. Kasi 3 times. And 1 is a root of multiplicity 4. Ito hindi na natin nilagay na root of multiplicity 1. Now, what does this mean? Makikita natin later. Next slide. Ayan. Ilagay ko lang ulit yung ating mga roots. Ayan yung mga multiplicity nila. Ang multiplicity ni negative 2 ay 2. What is the characteristic of the Characteristic of the multiplicity? Si 2 ay even. Asan ba si 2 sa graph? Negative 2 ito. Ayan. Tangent lang. Ano pong ibig sabihin ng tangent? Nag-touch lang siya dun sa x-axis. Okay? Ang crosses, nag-cross. Lumampas. Ano? So, eto, si negative 2 ay tangent lang. Why? Kasi ang multiplicity niya na 2 ay even. How about negative 1? Sabi natin kanina, si negative 1 ay root of multiplicity 3. And what is 3? 3 is odd. Now, observe. Ito si negative 1. Ano nangyari sa graph natin? Nag-touch lang ba siya kay x-axis o nag-cross? Yes, nag-cross. Next, positive 1. Si 1 ay root of multiplicity 4. And what is 4? 4 is even. And observe that ito si 1. Nag-cross ba siya ng x-axis o nag-touch lang? Nag-touch. Ay, sorry. Oo nga, nag-touch. Tangent. Paano ba nung nalalaman yun? Ayan o, nag-touch lang siya. Hindi siya dumiretsyong ganun. Hindi. Bumalik lang ulit siya sa baba. 2. Ito ay multiplicity 1. So, ito yan. It's odd. Therefore, it crosses. So, ganun yung effect ng multiplicity. Ano? Kapag even, tangent lang siya sa x-axis. Kapag odd, magko-cross siya. Okay? Let us have one application of polynomial function. Let's have this problem. Happy Gift Shop needs to create an open-top box for Valentine's Day. The open-top box can be created by cutting squares from the four corners of 24 inches by 16 inches rectangular cardboard. What dimension of the box will create an open-top box with a volume of 540 cubic inches? Ito yun, open top, ibig sabihin box na walang takip. At ito daw ay manggagaling sa isang cardboard, ayan, na ang sukat ay 24 inches by 16 inches. Gugupitin daw to, itong squares na ito. Ayan, para kapag itinupi, itatayo sa buo ng ating box. Now, what is the dimension of the box? Meron tayong hint. Sabi dyan, ang volume daw ay equal sa length times width times height. Now, length is haba. So, gamitin natin itong si 24. Observe that kapag tinanggal na ito, si 24, mababawasan ng x, mababawasan din ng x. So, ilang x ang nabawas sa kanya? Dalawa. So, we have 24 minus 2x. How about the width? Ganun din, si 16, kapag ginupit na natin to, mababawasan ng ilang x? Dalawa. We have 16 minus 2x. Now, what is the height? Ito daw. Ano daw yung taas nito? Imagine, kapag nagupit na natin lahat, itong mga square na ito, at itinupi, gaano kataas yung box? Okay. X. X yung sukat. Ano? Ginamit natin si variable x as the sukat of the unknown dimension ng ating squares. Okay. I-ayos lang natin ha. Ito na yung ating model. Sabi natin, may given tayong volume. What is the given volume? Okay, 540. So, i-ayos ko lang yung ating model. We have 24 minus 2x times 16 minus 2x times x is equal to 540. Now, let us simplify. 24 minus 2x. So, distribute natin sa x. We have 16x minus 2x squared equals 540. Remember the FOIL method? Okay. Tatanan pa ang ating FOIL method. First, We have 24 yun ha, sorry. 24 times 16, that is 384. 384 x, 4, outside. We have 24 times negative 2x, that is negative 48x squared. Inner, negative 2 times 16 is negative 32x squared. And then last, we have negative 2x times negative 2x squared, positive 4x cubed equals 540. Okay? Ano ba? Simplify further. We have i-standard form ko na ha. 4x cubed. Negative 48 minus negative 32 is negative 80x squared. Next, positive 384x and then negative 540 equals 0. So, masyadong malalaki yung ating numbers. So, let us simplify. Divide natin everything sa 4. We have x cubed minus 20x squared plus 384 divided by 4 is 96. 96x. 540 divided by 4 is 135 equals 0. Ayan na yung ating working equation. Now, kailangan natin ma-factor pa para malaman natin yung value ni x. Paano yun? So, I'll use synthetic division. So, tayo naman tayo lahat comfortable. Synthetic tayo dito sa gilid. 1, negative 20, negative 6, negative 135. I'll use 3. Kasi kunyari, hindi ko alam yung sagutan. 3. 1, 3, negative 17. Negative 17 times 3 is negative 51. This is 45. Times 3 is 135. 135, 0. So the first one is x minus 3. Now, ito hindi siya factorable using synthetic division. So, x squared minus 17x plus 45 equals 0. But, pwede nating malaman ang kanyang root. How? Using the magic quadratic equation. So, remember that negative 3 plus minus square root of 3 squared minus 4ac divided by 2 squared. Good. And if you do that, you will get dito, we have x equals 3. And from the synthetic, the quadratic formula, you will get, dalawa yan, di ba? You will have 11.78 at saka 22.22. So, we have 3 choices. Now, lahat ba yan magiging sagot? Hindi. Why? I-plug in natin dito sa ating working formula. Pag si negative 3, ang ginamit natin, so we have 24, yan gamitin natin dito. 24 minus 2 times 3, 16 minus 6 equals, ito yan, 3. 24 minus 6 is 18 times 16 minus 6, 10 times 3. Try nga natin, 18 times 10 times 3. We have, tama, 540. Now, let's try 11.78. Kapag tingnan natin, dito pa lang, magkakaroon tayo, di ba, ng 16 minus 11.78 times 2 is 23.56. So, dito pa lang, magkakaroon na tayo ng negative value. Kasi, magkakaroon tayo ng negative 7.56. Now, pwede bang maging sagot si 11.78? Hindi. Kasi wala tayong negative dimension. No, hindi natin pwede sabihin negative 7.56 inches po. No. Walang ganon. So, x na agad. So, how about 22? Kita nyo na agad dito at saka dito, hindi na talaga siya po pwede. So, what is our answer? Ayan, we'll take x equals 3. Are we done? Not yet. So, ito na, tinesting na natin. Ang final answer natin ay, so you can draw it or just simply put the label. Ang height natin ay 3. Ang length natin ay 80. Inches. Ang width natin ay 10. The dimension of the box is 3 inches by 18 inches by 10 inches. So, yun lang dito, 3. Tapos dito ay 18, dito ay 10 inches. So, ganun ha. Ang lalabas sa sagot ay, basta lumabas siya, ay hindi na agad yung sagot. You have to check. Kasi minsan, hindi siya tatama doon sa ating working equation. Though, 540 ang ibibigay mo, hindi pa rin pwede kasi there's no such thing as a negative dimension. Okay? So that's all. If you have more questions, you can PM me. Pwede nyo ipacheck ng inyong mga gawa and bigyan natin ang feedback. Okay? Bye-bye. Thank you.